Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. We have game number 60 tonight. Can you believe it's already 60 games into the season? So game number 60, Montreal is on a road trip, I think it's 4-game road trip to the West Coast. They're in San Jose tonight to take on the Sharks. And I know the Sharks just made a pretty big trade, I believe. Anyway, they beat us 4-0, I believe, earlier in the year. And we'll see if it's going to be the same kind of thing. All right, so in the show, I will have I don't know. It seems like I don't know what I'm doing. I'll have some game day news. There's not a lot of that. I will have a preview for the game. I will have the lineups for the game. And we have our contest, the Guess the Score contest. Guess the score of the game and the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick that guy from either team. And you win the cash prize of $10 directly into your bank account via Interact. So what you do is you leave a guess in the comment, in the chat. And you got to be the first person with that guess in the chat to win it. There you go. Those are the rules. Please make entries, and good luck to everybody who is entering. There's only 2 people here so far. It's a late night, and this is a horrible game, a horrible time for hockey when you're on the East Coast. And if you're even farther east, it's even worse. So I don't know who's going to be here tonight, but we'll have fun. So yeah, I mean, let me see who's here now. Start with that. Get your act together, Rick. Jason LaRose. 5-4 Sharks. Kutzer with the first goal. Habs Guru, hey Guru. 5-2 Sharks. Kutzer with the first goal. BL, who can't be here, he says it's 11:30 local time to start. Ain't in the cards to watch it. He's going to go with 4-2 Habs, and it's going to end up being Dvorak with the first goal. And I don't know if you are there. Have a good night, BL. Pete, hey Pete, how's it going? I was just texting with Pete. That's why it's funny. So much movement going on. Damn laughs. Yeah, the Leafs made some really big moves. I don't have them all. I don't really care about the details. The Leafs are a better team than they were hours ago. They're a better team than they were, and we can talk about that. Gislain, hey Gislain, 6-2 Habs. Carlson. We're playing San Jose. Oh, that Carlson. I'm thinking William Carlson in Vegas because we're playing Vegas on Sunday. And you're right. Carlson with the first goal. Antoine, hey Antoine. 4-2 Habs. Suzuki with the first goal. Pizza is 7:30 for him. So you can kick the beach. You can kick back, relax, and have a few bevies. Oh, yes. Have one for me. Guru says, I saw Dadonov's goal last night. Dadonov scored a really nice goal. You know what? Better off he's doing it over there, and that they were able to move him. And I'm going to tell you, Gurionov, the guy that we got, I'm a little higher on him than I was probably in my video announcing the trade. I think there's potential there. That's all I'm going to say. Potential, and I hope he gets to show it here in Montreal. Pete, are you on? Well, you didn't confirm, but yeah, you can still have a few bevies and kick back and relax. Don't worry, there's no pressure. But I think Pete confirming he's going to join me on the broadcast. And as far as Matt, I don't know. Matt hasn't confirmed that, so we'll have fun. It's late at night, and we might as well have some fun. All right, I got this. Let me go over here. Our captain, Nick Suzuki, on why this is one of the reasons why he's a good captain. On everybody who's thinking that the team should tank and they blah, 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 and this is how the players feel. This is how the players feel about tanking. Nobody in here wants to get first overall pick by finishing last in the league. Nick Suzuki. And I love that quote from Nick Suzuki because players don't want, you don't want the players doing the tank, right? Not on purpose, right? Anyway, it shows their attitude, and anybody wondering, why are they winning? Well, because that's why. That's exactly why. Awesome. if you're looking out on the ice for Denis Gurianov, he's going to be on the first line with Suzuki and Hoffman, and he's going to be wearing number 25, Ryan Paling's old number. Anybody wondering what's up with Brendan Gallagher? Not much word about Brendan Gallagher, and this might be why. This is Brendan Gallagher at Pat Hickey's final game. As you can see on the look at his foot, he's wearing a walking cast or a walking boot, whatever you want to call that. And that's probably why there's no update really on Brendan Gallagher. I don't know what the injury. I know it was a lower body. Ankle. I mean, what do you figure that is? But that's why Brendan Gallagher, there's not much word on him. Birthdays. Mike Matheson turned 29 yesterday. So Mike Matheson, 29 yesterday, and former Habs Stéphane Lebeau turns 55 today. So Stéphane Lebeau is 55 years old today. And not a Hab, but Eric Lindros turned 50 today. I didn't write it, but I remembered seeing it. So my last piece of information is all a lie. But I'm telling you in advance. But no, what I'm saying is, so I saw an early, I guess the lineups in practice yesterday and whatever. Joel Edmondson was in practice on one of the three pairings. I thought he's returning to the lineup. So the Oilers would apparently have interest in Eddie, and Darren Drager's reporting. Basically, this 2 games before the deadline. So 2 things: Edmondson not in the lineup today, and the Oilers made a big trade. They got defenseman Matthias Ekholm from Nashville. I think had a draft pick, and they sent Tyson Barrie, somebody else, and 3 draft picks. I think they're not trading with Montreal because they have no draft picks left, and they got the defenseman they probably wanted, although they gave up one. But so I don't know. They may be still looking for a D, but they don't have the draft picks that Montreal's looking for. Okay, so he's not in the lineup, but I said here also, in my opinion, Eddie is either like a deadline day deal or maybe at the draft, and possibly in the offseason, but I don't think he's here next training camp. All right, that's all I got for game day news. Let's see what you guys want to talk about, because I can go another 10 minutes and talk about stuff before I get to my preview. All right. Hey, Doug, how you doing, man? 3-1 Habs, Nick first goal. Bubble Tea, how's it going, Bubble Tea? 3-1 San Jose, because Habs on the West Coast. You didn't give a goal score. Got to give a goal score if you want to win anyway. Stand the man. 5-2 Habs, Gurianov. I'm surprised actually that you're the first Gurianov, because I was going to, and I thought that's kind of too obvious. That's why I gave it. Okay, I didn't give you mine. I'm going 4-3 Montreal. I gave it to Hoffman because I thought it was too obvious, Gurianov. And you know what? Hoffman's playing on the first line. At least that's what the lines show going into the game. And maybe he pots the first one. I don't know. Gislain says, Habs jersey number 25, Jacques Lemaire, we all know that. Vinny Damphousse, Ryan Paling, and now Denis Gurianov. Bye-bye. So Carolina now has 2 Finns who are overpaid and no offensive abilities. Who are we talking about? I didn't see Carolina getting any players. I know one you're talking about is KK. Who's the other guy? Also, Bye has Habs for 2, Gooley first goal. That's another thing. Caden Gooley back in the lineup tonight. I didn't even. I see it there now. I didn't even notice. There you go. All right. What else? What else we got? Like I said, I'm going to go with 4-3 Montreal. Hoffman getting the first goal. So we'll see. I'm wondering why they took. I know why Anderson. I expected Gurianov. Me and Pete were talking about this. I was asking him, "Oh, how fast do you think they're going to put Gurianov up there?" I kind of expected it right away because he's kind of a Josh Anderson type, right? So they did that right away. They took Harvey Pinard and put him to the second line, and you got Hoffman on the first line. I imagine it's a bit of a showcase for Hoffman. I guess they're hoping he may have some offensive production on that first line, and maybe he'll get traded. Bubble tea. I'm not sure what you mean by. You're talking about the Finn. Second is the guy from Puljujarvi. Why did Puljujarvi get sent to Carolina? I didn't see that. I did see Puljujarvi trending, but I didn't see why. Yeah, it's not how you spell the name, baby, but it's okay. Yeah, Puljujarvi. So Puljujarvi went to Carolina for what? What'd they get for him? Bag of pucks? No, probably what, a draft pick? Yeah, that one I missed totally. There were a lot. I think there were. I'm not sure how many today. There were a lot of trades today. I guess we can talk about the Leafs. Reluctantly, I want to say the Leafs probably put themselves, into the conference finals. I don't want to say it, but they got a good team right now. They kind of solved their problems. I think they did. I think they answered. The only thing is in goal, right? I think they didn't do it, but I think they answered on defense. I don't know. They gave up Sandin for Eric Gustafson. Now, we had Eric Gustafson here. He was crap. He's been doing well over where he is, but does he do that in Toronto? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they get the Gustafson we had and not the one that was in Washington. So there's that. They traded away a lot of picks, but they got a first-round pick in the Washington trade, which is Boston's. So it'll probably be, very late in the round. But they got a first-round pick. So, reluctantly, and don't tell anybody, please keep this to yourselves. I don't want anybody to know I said this. Dubas kind of with his back to the wall and in desperation actually might have done a pretty good job. Do I think it wins them the cup? I don't know. I'm hoping not, but I think it's the goaltending that's still an issue for them. But anyway, I didn't write down the trades. I honestly didn't, but they made 3-4 moves, and some good ones. So, but if they don't win, literally, I think if the Leafs, if they don't get to the conference final, at least, the management's all gone. They're all in. They're literally all in this year. And he might have done a good enough job. I don't know. Depending on the kind of goaltending I think that they get. Pete saying no. Canes get Puljujarvi and the Oilers get Patrick Puistola. I see. From the Sex Pistolas? No, that's not the same guy. Do you think that any players that Hughes wants to trade will have to eat 50% of salary? Yeah. The guys with expiring contracts, it's not a problem to do that. So, yeah, I think, if they have to, they'll do it. If the team doesn't ask for it, no. Bubble tea, I don't know. I'm going to say I don't think a first-round exit. It depends. Obviously, they're going to play a good team, but I don't know. They really they beefed up. They really corrected some of their problems. Just not, I don't think in nets. That's all. Now, is that to say that Samsonov's not good enough? He may be. I don't know. If he has a hot playoffs, they may do it. As much as I don't want it, I really don't want. They better not win the goddamn cup. Can you imagine Leafs fans if they win the cup? No. Hey, Lucas, good to see you. And I know you guys. A lot of you guys can't stay up this late. I get it. I mean, I hate 10:30 is ridiculous. It's going to end around. I imagine around 1, quarter after 1 is going to end. Bob Cannon in the room. Hey, Bob. How's it going, man? 3-2 Sharks. Raphael Harvey Pinard for his goal. Just letting you know, he is on second line, and he's playing with, I guess, Devo and Anderson. Just to let you know. Zachary. Hey, Zachary, how you doing? You must be, like, really happy. I mean, if there's a day for Leafs fans to be happy, it's today. There were some really good moves made by them. Yeah, I was just talking about Eric Gustafson. I hope you get the former Hab Eric Gustafson and not the former Cap Eric Gustafson. That's my hope for your team. All the Canes give for Puljujarvi is the right for Patrick. Oh, he's rights. Okay. It's basically a player to be named later or whatever, a future considerations type of a deal. They needed the cap space. They had to move Puljujarvi to make their deal today. Bob's got Habs 3-2, but you don't have the. Oh, you have it. Okay, yeah, no, I saw it, man. You start school at 8 a.m. No, listen, I get it. I would think a lot of people can't be here tonight. And the snow. Yep, we got a good bit of snow today. All right, so I think it's time for me to go and do my preview. So if you'll give me a sec, got to start it off right, man. Can't start a preview off without being right. All right. I saw green smoke, which is apropos for what it is. Okay, so this is the 25, 30, and 4 Montreal Canadiens are taking on the 18, 30, and 12 San Jose Sharks, who are in their 61st game. How to watch this game. Start time is 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. In Canada, TSN2 in English, RDS in French. I believe it's also the last game of the night. Sharks region, NBC Sports California, and online, NHL 66. Season series, they beat us 4-0 at home. That's in Montreal, November 29th of last year. And last 10 record, 5-5-0 is Montreal's record in the last 10. With they lost their last game, and the Sharks are 4-5-1, and they had an overtime loss in their last game. Home and away record. So Montreal is away. Their record is 11-15-3 on the road, and the Sharks are 6-15-8 at home. Crappy. Scoring chances for percentage, 44.2% for Montreal, 28th, 51.8% for the Sharks, 12th. Goals per game, 2.69 for Montreal, 27th, and 2.97 for the Sharks, 23rd. Remember also this before we continue. They made a couple of moves, the Sharks. It's not exactly the same team as these numbers. They're not great numbers, but it's not exactly the same team for some of these things, right? Goals against per game, 3.63 for Montreal, 28th, and 3.62 for the Sharks, 27th. Power play percentage, 16.8% for Montreal, 29th, 18.6% for the Sharks, 26th. PK percentage, 73.6% for Montreal, 28th. And the Sharks have a good PK, 83.6%, third in the league. Head-to-head, they beat us once so far this year. Face-off percentage, 49.3% for Montreal, 20th in the league, 50.1% for San Jose, 17th. And that's shots on goal, 4 and allowed shots on goal per game. For Montreal, 27.9, and for the Sharks, 29.8, and shots on goal allowed per game, 33.7 for Montreal, 31.3 for San Jose. Goalies tonight. I didn't. You know what? I didn't look. I'm going to say Jake Allen, but let's take a. I'm going to take a quick look because I'm an idiot. That's really just all there is to it. And what do we got there? Yeah, I was right about it. It is Jake Allen, and I want to get off there. Jake Allen is 13, 18, and 2, 3.42 goals against, 8.95 save percentage, 1 shutout, and it's going to be Kakkonen tonight for the Sharks, 8, 12, and 5, 3.57 goals against, 8.85 save percentage, 1 shutout. Players to watch over the last 5 games for each team. Points tied at 5 each. Matheson for Montreal, Logan Couture for the Sharks. Goals at 3 each. Suzuki with 3, Svechnikov with 3. Assists at 4 each. Hoffman with 4, Couture with 4, and plus minus. Matheson is plus 4, and Ferraro plus 2 for the Sharks. Team leaders. Goals, Caulfield still leading Montreal with 26, and Couture for the Sharks with 20. Points, Suzuki with 46 for Montreal. Carlson with 77 for the Sharks. Matheson, time on ice for Montreal, 23-35, and Carlson with 25-32 for the Sharks. And wins, Allen with 13, and James Reimer with 9 for the Sharks. Bottom 10. From 10 down, Ottawa, St. Louis, Philadelphia, Montreal, Vancouver, Arizona, San Jose, Chicago, Anaheim, Columbus, or in other words, unchanged from the last game. Top 5 scoring for the Sharks. Erik Karlsson, 19 goals, 58 assists, 77 points, having a crazy, amazing year. Finally earning that $1,100 million that he's making. Timo Meier, who is no longer there, 31 goals, 21 assists, 52 points. Logan Couture, 20 goals, 29 assists, 49 points. Thomas Hertl, 15 goals, 33 assists, 48 points. And Alexander Barabanov, 11 goals, 26 assists, 37 points. For the good team, for Montreal top 5, Suzuki, 20 goals, 26 assists, 46 points. Caulfield, that is 26 goals, 10 assists, 36 points. Doc stuck at his 12 goals, 23 assists, 35 points. Dvorak and Hoffman each with 9 goals, 16 assists, 25 points. The Sharks lines for tonight. Hertl centering Zetterlund, who they just picked up, and Andreas Janssen, who I also think they just picked up. Couture in between Isamont and Barabanov. Nico Sturm in between Bonino and Svechnikov. Lawrence in between Gregor and Lindblom. Ferraro and Carlson first pair. Vlasic and Benning second pair. Simic or Schmeck, whatever you want to say. McDonald third pair. And Kakinen is the goalie tonight. And over for Montreal. Suzuki, Hoffman, Guryanov. So very interested to see that line, and I'm really interested to see how Guryanov looks in the Habs uniform. Drouin in between Harvey Pinard and Anderson. Dvorak in between Pitlick and Ylönen. Tierney in between Pezzetta and Belzile. Matheson and Barron first pair. Sheneman, Savard second pair. Gouli and Kovacevic third pair. Jake Allen starting, and that is your preview. So we've got, about 17 minutes till I got it. And I don't really have to go. It's a late night. I've already done those things that I usually do. But say we got about 20 minutes to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I see there Adam's in there to probably gloat today to hear if I want to say anything good about his team. All right, let me see where I was. Eric says, I don't think Leafs get past Bruins if they play each other. I guess Edmondson not going to Oilers. Edmondson not going to Oilers. Lucas. It took me an hour to get home because the roads were... Oh, that sucks, man. Adam, how you doing, man? You must be very, very happy, man. I do every game. I won't fall asleep. You must be really happy, though. I want to say this, if you're still there listening to me, because you're not going to hear this very often. Your team bought themselves definitely into the second round. And you know what? If you get the goaltending, could be your year. I got to say, he made some good moves today. Mortgaged the future, but made some good moves for immediate success. So I reluctantly say that. Do I think they're going to win the cup? I don't. But I think they could get there to the cup. I'm never going to say I think they win the cup, so you know that. But I think they could get to the finals. Depends how it plays out. But they made themselves better today, got to admit. Tonight and tomorrow, I'm busy. I'm not sure why you are, Gislan, but I'm busy. I got a busy Thursday, Friday, going to be really busy. I'm going to be on the Habs and Dabs podcast. They're doing a trade deadline day 4-hour show. I'm going to be on at 1. I don't know for how long, half hour or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how long. And then Pete and I are going to be doing a trade deadline show, as a matter of fact, for ourselves from 2 to 4 on Friday afternoon. Hopefully you guys will make it. If you can, appreciate that if you could. Bob, any thoughts on Patrick Kane traded to New York Rangers? Considering that's the only team he said he'd go to, I'm not surprised it got done. I'm not surprised at all it got done. I saw just before coming on that it got done. They said this morning they're probably announcing it tonight, and they did. So I don't know what the back and forth was, so that I don't know. Other than that, no, not surprised. Rangers all in as well. A lot of teams in the East all in. Adam, good on you for holding back a little bit and not buying in this year, even though it looks like, it's going to be a good year. Good on you. But I think Dubas, listen, reluctantly, I don't want to say this, but I think they made some good trades for this playoffs. We'll see. I think they get by I almost, unless it's Boston, I think they get by the first round. That's what I'm saying. If they don't, heads are rolling in Toronto. Bloodbath. And you know what? Good. I'd like to ask your opinion on this. If you guys do lose in the first round, now I'm not saying you will. I just said what I said, right? So, but what if you do? What do you think is going to happen in Toronto? Riots? Like what's going to go on? I mean, people are going to freak out, man. Anyway, words aren't coming to me tonight. I don't know why. Yeah, Lucas, I think I think they potentially will be a force this year. It depends on, but I think I think they made themselves better. Well, we'll see how much better. That'll be wait for the games to play out. Babe, I tend to agree with you, but I don't know. They put together some good trades today. Mortgage the future. I do believe that they got some draft picks back. They got a first round pick back from Washington, Boston's. So it'll be a really late one, but they got one back. So I think he did a good job today. That's all I'm saying. That's really what I'm saying. I think Dubas really actually surprised me, I guess. The Eastern Conference is going to be really, both the Metro and even the Atlantic. They're going to be tough to come out of. The thing is that we're going to probably end up with a Stanley Cup final that's really lopsided, right? Because I don't think what's going on in the West is the same thing as here. It's going to be tough here in the East. That's the thing. It's going to be tough, but I think they can beat Tampa at this point. Personally, I kind of do. If you get the goal, Adam, if you get the goaltending, it's going to be the key. If you get the goaltending, yeah. I think they've got themselves some grittier players. I think that, Anyway, we'll see what happens. See if I'm right or wrong. Oreo, by the way, welcome in. And I agree with you on that. That's, for me, the thing they didn't really face. And I don't know if they can right now. And maybe what's his name? Murray will be ready. Who knows? But can they fit him back in under the cap? That's the thing I don't know either. Oh, Lucas, if they don't win, yeah, I think some heads are going to roll either way. Yeah, you're right, Adam. He didn't trade prospects. He did trade picks, though, but he got some back. I mean, he legitimately got some back. I was surprised at the Sandin trade, honestly. Not Engvall, but Sandin. But that's me. I don't know everything about the Leafs. Yeah, I mean, Adam. Listen, Samsonov could be hot going into the playoffs and carry that through, and that's what you guys need, and maybe not. That's what I think is the question mark. You think they'll be able, like, if Murray's ready, you think they'll be able to fit him under the cap? I don't think they can right now. Yeah, Oreo, but it's going to be tough to judge that, right? Because I think there's some teams in the East now that have really juiced up. I don't know what else word you want to say. There's going to be some real good competition, and some really good teams are going to get knocked out because the other good teams are going to knock them out. So I don't know if it's going to be Boston Rangers, because you never know in the playoffs. But you could be right. Well, JFed, I don't know. I kind of think you might be right. I've been hearing some good things about McCabe. I don't know him well. Gustafson has been playing really well for Washington. He didn't play well for us? Does he do that in Toronto? Which one they get that? I don't know. I like the Lafferty move for them. I do. Good secondary scoring. Yeah, Oreo, that's if. It's a big if with Murray, though. That's a big if with Murray. That's the thing, right? So, but if Murray is ready for the playoffs and he can perform, that's what they'd be missing, is having a good 1-2 punch. They have just as good a chance as anybody else that is there now. Let's put it that way. I'm not hoping for. I'm not going to be cheering for them. That's for sure. But that's how I see it. Adam, it's a huge if with Murray, 100%. And listen, even if he's ready, how many games is he going to last? So, like, I wouldn't be counting on Murray. I'd be hoping that Samsonov does the job. Happy birthday, Wolverine! Nice. How old are you today? And good to see you. Good to see you again. You've been coming around a little bit more lately than you used to see you all the time. But that's cool. I'm not complaining. But it's good to see you. And on your birthday, I feel like privileged that you came in. Yeah, I hope you have a good day. Win or lose for them, I hope you've had a good day. Yeah, Bob, I don't disagree necessarily, but that doesn't always mean anything, right? Oreo doesn't mean closer to Bedard. You got to stop that. Everybody should stop with that. It's closer to the bottom. Okay, closer to a good pick. It's more than likely we're not going to get to the bottom. We're not going to get Bedard. And then if we do happen to do that, what a bonus that would be. It's better to be excited that look, we did get him, than to be, man, we didn't get him. I was so counting on it. Like, I'm not going to go there. That's how I am. All right, whatever you guys want to talk about. We got another 5 minutes. At some point, I'm going to have to start talking a little lower because this is going to go till 1 when we get back for the game. 21 year legal drinking age everywhere. Awesome, man. Legal drinking and toking age. Congrats, though. That's a congrats. That's a big milestone, turning 21. I remember when I was 21. That's 39 years ago, man. I was 21 in 1984. The year Big Brother moved in. I don't know that he beat up Jack Eye. I didn't see that. And I don't think anybody's beat up Jack Eye. But I'll say this. Shen is injured though, right? But I heard he'll be ready though shortly. And he's a former Leaf, I think. So I'm not gonna buy into the beat up Jack Eye stuff. I think I've only missed 2 games this season. I haven't seen anybody beat up Jack Eye. Guryanov hat trick tonight. Whoa, come on. I'd love it if it happens, but I mean, I'm not going to predict something like that. No, JFed, you got it wrong. They can move up 10, max 10 spots. Anybody in the bottom 10 can win the lottery and get first pick. Yeah, Wolverine. We are just talking about that. Yeah, and it has been like a lot of trades today. And yeah, the Leafs. I mean, it looks really good. But that's why they play the games on the ice, and we'll see what happens there. Believe me, I'm not hoping for it, but for Adam, I am, and for Zachary, I am. They're Leafs fans. They're good guys, and I hope for them, but I'm not hoping. And I think they understand. How many trades do I think the Habs will do by the deadline? Very likely they do 0 more trades. It's very likely nothing. And look, I thought Edmondson was going to get dealt if he was back. He's not back. Edmonton looked like the destination. They made their move, and it's I don't know. Adam, I mean, you understand, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I kind of think you might see Montreal be involved in a 3-way trade, holding some salary to get a draft pick or 2 that way. And maybe there's some interest. I don't know, but I don't think. I don't know. We'll see how desperate teams are. Like maybe some teams get desperate. They need a little bit extra help. Last minute on trade deadline day, they'll come a call in. We'll see what happens. Edmonton to LA if they can't get Chikrin. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if anyone will trade for him, and if he's not going to be back. There's only one more game before trade deadline, right? That's Thursday. Thursday's game, then Friday's game. Well, it's after the deadline, so there's only one more game. If he's not back, I mean, it'll have to be a conditional trade. So if they make any conditional trades, we'll see. I don't know if they will. Don't know if they won't. But my guess is, with the fact that Sean Monahan is kind of missing, nobody knows anything about what's up with Monahan. Don't know. He won't be back before the deadline. That's pretty obvious. And it doesn't seem like there's any interest in anybody else. So I don't know. With all the talk about Anderson, doesn't seem like there's the interest that we thought. There's been smoke around Anderson from other teams too. Doesn't mean that it's going to be anything happening. So I don't know. But you may be right, and it's not to say that you're wrong, because who the hell knows? But I don't know. I just don't feel there's going to be anything big. But again, doesn't mean anything. Bob, yeah, you're right, because the last bunch of years, right? Trade deadline day, not overly exciting, and it's probably going to be a quiet trade deadline day. Oreo, but that's only if what if Monahan doesn't want to sign a 1-year contract that's cheap next season? I mean, and then you're signing a contract for a guy who's not proven he can stay in the lineup. So, we got a first round pick to take him. If we don't get anything else for him, it's not like there's a loss there, right? Anyway, I don't know. I don't think there's. I don't think there's. I don't know. I wish I knew. Listen, I really wish I knew. All right, I'm going to take off here. Before you guys go, please give a thumbs up. Appreciate that. I'll be back in 20 minutes for the game. Yeah, and we'll do. I'll do play-by-play. I'll do a color. Well, we got Pete will be there for color commentary as well, and we'll talk with you guys in the chat. And we'll have a lot of fun. So hopefully you guys will be around. If you can make it, please come by. And I'll see you in 20 minutes. Till then, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. Got to be careful. I mildly sprained something in my wrist yesterday. I don't know what, how, I don't know. Anyway, I'm good, but I got to be careful. Have pity on me, please. I'll see you soon. Ciao, everybody. Thanks for being here. Keep your stick on the ice. Stay safe out there. I said that already. I wanted to say go Habs, go. Go Habs, go. Bye, everybody.